Hey y'all, welcome back to another video. On this episode, we are at Due Cucina, which is a new pasta, quick casual restaurant in Dallas. It's specifically in the Lakewood area. And this was me and my sister's first time here. We are pasta snobs. At any moment, any day, I would love to eat pasta. This place was super cute. Like I said, very casual, but also not upscale, but just polished, very chic. It made me feel like I was, in a pasta shop and seeing the fresh pasta and the wine on the racks. It was a vibe. So I'm really happy that we came here. Let's check out the menu and see what we're going to order. Okay, so we ordered the short rib ragu with pacheri. We did the lasagna. We did a cacio with bucatini, and we did the ravioli. If I had to choose what my favorite pasta is, a cacio e pepe would be probably my first choice. I also love a vodka pasta, and that could be with rigatoni, that could be with really any noodle. And then I also love a short rib ragu of some sort. That is what lasagna. Can't forget about the lasagna either. What a blessing that they had this orange poppy, because I need that little fizz for me to be eating all this pasta. This is the lineup. We got 4 plates of pasta because me and my sister were like, let's try it. Let's see what the people have to say. And we definitely enjoyed. I think that you have to really love pasta cooked like al dente, which is like a firm to the bite. And I like this because everything felt fresh. I will say it wasn't overly seasoned, but it was just right. This ragu was very, very good with that Parmigiano Reggiano. And yeah, take a bite. And if you're in Dallas, definitely check out Due Cucina. I believe they also have other locations in the U.S., a few other locations. So check them out if they're in a city near you. It was wonderful eating with you and sharing some Italian food with you. And speaking of Italian, I'm going to share some meals that I made for the week, and some of them absolutely, of course, involve noodles. Let's go to the kitchen. My go-tos when it is cold is like some type of pasta or some type of like dumpling or a noodle. And so this episode features all of those things that I made, some for myself and some also for my family. Baked spaghetti, just classic spaghetti. I love to season my spaghetti with lots of garlic, onion, any Italian herbs fresh that I have on hand, and also sugar, of course, just to balance out the acidity and that pasta sauce. And I love to simmer that for a long time, at least 45 minutes, at least like a good bolognese, at least 45 minutes to an hour. And I'll also share a little bit about the baked spaghetti aspect, because this is just like the black cheese spaghetti, where it's like, yes, parm, yes, mozz, but also cheddar cheese. I don't know if that's a Texas thing or if just we do it, but this is how I do mine, and it's delicious. Okay, I'm doing a little bit of baked spaghetti. And I think the key to like a really good pasta, especially when you want that cheese pull, fresh mozz every time. Some bagged cheeses you can get away with, but if you have the extra time, get a fresh mozzarella ball. And just kind of like start pulling it apart. It'll be more like clumps and chunks, not shreds, but it'll melt so gooey. The flavor, in my opinion, is very, very nice. And it'll just be like a cheesy mozzie goodness. This is a must. Do not compromise on it. It's a must. And then when it bakes, it'll be all throughout. I also layered the cheeses kind of like in the middle so that the spaghetti could be throughout, almost like the same way you would lasagna, but just putting it in the middle so that you got some on top and some in the middle. I'm gonna do this last bit of fresh mozz, and I'm gonna garnish with some shaved parm. Have your last meal on a proper plate. They're so cute.
They're matching.
Right. This is the cozy snow day outfit. Okay, we've eaten.
Got
now let's browse a little bit. One of my
girls.
favorite things to do as a creative and just someone who loves design and art, I love to go to showrooms or like furniture stores, boutique stores, and just look at what they have on the shelves. And through objects and colors and patterns, I'm always able to just freshen my creative juices and see what's hot, see what goes together, see what colors are, being put out on the market and used in different ways. This is at the Jonathan Adler showroom. This is one of the flagships, and I love their Dallas showroom. It is so colorful. I love his designs, and him and his team, they always use such vibrant colors and textures and just really like pop. I would say like pop art, high fashion chic type items that ranges from kitchen to furniture to silverware, plates, like all the things. So I really like this showroom. And then I was walking across the street and I found this other store. I was near West Village and I saw this cute little, it was like a boutique store, but they had a beautiful kitchen section, and it has some of these like boutique food brands that I've seen in Whole Foods or Crate and Barrel, different things. But I love the patterns, the colors, shapes. I just love looking at kitchen stuff, and I really don't even have to buy anything. I just like looking at like the typography and fonts and patterns. It really inspires me and kind of translates into my world of food and design and art. So just wanted to put a little creative juice in the video. During the week, if ever I'm a bit overstimulated just with the world, the economy, I don't necessarily feel like eating out, I'll just make a little chicken dinner, and that is usually with a thigh. Love a good chicken thigh and some type of veggie and a starch. I ended up making some kind of sweet and savory candied sweet potatoes, and this is not necessarily like that super sugary candied sweet potato, but it's got some fresh herbs and savory like notes, but I also kind of caramelized them with a little bit of honey and agave. And then I also made kind of like a sweet and spicy broccoli, well actually broccolini, and yeah, easy peasy, easy dinner. One thing about it, when it is cold, I'm making some type of soup and some type of dumpling. And one of my favorite ways is to combine those two together. And so this is kind of like a ginger turmeric dumpling soup. I got the dumplings from Trader Joe's, just like a quick little dumpling. And I always start off with either a shallot or an onion, some fresh garlic, some fresh ginger. I think I also had some fresh celery that I wanted to add in. And I'll saute that and get those translucent and fragrant. Season them while they're sauteing. And then I'll add my broth. So that could be a chicken stock, that could be a seafood stock, whatever broth or stock that you have on hand. And I'll season it down either with some fresh ginger, which I already have in here, but I also have some ground turmeric. You can also use fresh turmeric, but I didn't have that on hand, but that's okay because we have some dry. And so I literally will just let that simmer for at least 30 to 45 minutes before I add in my dumplings. Oh, and these dumplings were from Costco. They were like a sesame ginger chicken dumpling. That's exactly where they were from, which is great because I was able to use a lot of them. And so I'll simmer the broth and everything just to develop the flavors. And then kind of like in those last 10 minutes, that's when I'll add my dumplings. And also, because clearly we're just eating noodles in this episode, but I love adding vermicelli noodles to a soup, a dumpling, something of the sort. So this is a vermicelli, like angel hair rice noodle. And I'll let that cook in there for also a couple minutes. It literally does not take long because it's like rice noodle and it's very thin. So watch it because I do like my noodles to have a nice bite. That way when they reheat the next day, they can still have a bite and they're not overcooked. Same concept for like spaghetti or something like that. And then I love to, of course, garnish with either a chive, a scallion, a cilantro, something fragrant just to take my soup really, really up a notch. And so this is my sesame ginger chicken dumpling and vermicelli soup. I could eat this every day. Like I could eat on this for days. This is part of my weekly rotation. It is one of my good old faithfuls, one of my holy grails during the week when I feel like being a little low maintenance, but my taste is still high, okay? The taste is always good. Thanks so much for watching this video. I appreciate you sharing space. I hope that you are able to make this in your kitchen very soon. Take care of yourself, be blessed, and I'll see you in the next episode.